What do you think ChatGPT and AI will do to contracts? Like, because you said like 200 page, I feel like AI has to come into play somewhere in there and help with the
Oh,
process of it.
oh yeah, it's coming in. And when I was there, especially as a junior associate, I really was doing so much ridiculous grunt work at various points. I was like, how is there not AI for this? So it's really far behind in transactional law. People are a bit surprised by that because in litigation, AI is actually really good right now, and it's actually impressive, like how far ahead it is, because they have to sift through thousands of docs too. But to analyze these contracts, that's really the fundamental task that a lot of AI is trying to do in law: is get a new agreement, the other side sends it over, and the client wants a summary of that agreement right away, basically called an issues list, and it needs to include our commentary and a perfect summary of the agreement. That's a perfect candidate for AI. Here's the big problem. How do you teach the AI what each different type of contract term means? Well, it has to see other agreements similar to this one, and then it has to get trained by lawyers who are like telling it over and over again, this is that, this is this type of agreement, that's this type of term. In order to do that, the law firms need to develop this intelligence to some extent internally. There are public contracts out there, and that's what a lot of companies rely on, but it's a limited data set, and that so the output of the AI products that rely on that are limited. Within certain law firms, especially the top like West Coast startup law firms, they are using their unbelievable database of contracts and their staff of attorneys to train AI programs in-house using a data set that's really reliable and actually reflects, what's really happening in the market. So, yeah, all that is to say the junior associates will be getting laid off at higher rates in the coming years. No question about that.
Just because all their job can be done with AI?
Not
Like all of
all.
it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, yeah.
There's so much that goes into law other than paper pushing if you're doing it right. Now, a lot of these junior associates, their whole job is just reduced to mindless paper pushing. So, yeah, if that's all you're doing, then either they're going to have something else for you to do, or you'll be laid off. There is a lot else to do, but oftentimes people don't do it because they're so busy pushing paper and doing mindless work. So I don't think the layoffs will be as bad as people think, and I think the junior associate role at these big law firms, and the same could be said for the big banks, I think it'll become a bit more interesting. Like, they might actually they might actually be using their brain a little bit more rather than just waiting until you're high enough to have some other person below you doing the grunge work. Hopefully the youngsters right from the beginning will really get into it. And from what I hear, the West Coast startup law firms are already doing this a little bit, and they're doing a good job. So, that's what I'm trying to do as I build my firm. We don't have the same resources for technology, but the truth is that you don't need super high-tech technology to start automating things in legal practice. You just need the willingness to sort of program the AI that you're using. Like, just teach it what you like, basically. There's somewhat of an upfront human investment if you want to put your own legal theories into the AI as opposed to just using the legal theories of the lawyer who created it.
Yeah, for sure.